Welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast, where we talk all things sports,
Sports betting.
and we sprinkle in a little pop culture here and there. My name's Tyler Press.
And I'm Ryan McDonald.
Let's see, some NFL trades, right?
One NFL trade.
One NFL trade. The NHL draft lottery came out, and
Big you to the Philadelphia 70s Flyers.
Yeah, I watched it. Like, it was hard to understand what was even happening, but there was I think 3 or 4 teams that had a 10% chance that jumped ahead of us. That it was brutal. Like, the teams that got the picks earlier, all of them had lower percentages for the first pick.
I'm pretty sure they thought. I guess we'll explain more when we get to it.
Yeah, start of the NFL trade, and we got
Yeah.
what is it, episode 4 of Last of Us,
Yeah.
and a new draft tonight. We tied our last draft for color combinations, which
I don't think enough people are voting for it.
no, that was a pretty even split too. I think it was just us voting and our peers, but
Did have some comments though. I mean, a lot of people were mad that we didn't get black and yellow.
black and yellow is a
I
fair
feel like
one.
we might have mentioned in the
Mentions, yeah, we said black and yellow and said black and gold, and were 2 big honorable mentions, but weren't included in the clip, so it got people mad.
As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thebellringerspod. Subscribe, like our videos, like our shorts. Follow us on social media at bellringerspod on TikTok, Instagram, and X, the Everything app. And then follow on Spotify at bellringerspod.
Right.
Thank you. And let's get into the NFL. So this trade happened, I think, around 7 this morning when I woke up.
Breaking news.
Yeah. George Pickens traded to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a 3rd-round pick next year and a 5th-round pick in 2027. And the Cowboys also get a 6th-round pick in 2027.
I like this pick for Dallas.
Yeah.
I like George Pickens. I think he is a very solid wide receiver. I was excited to see him and Metcalf together. I'm less excited to see him and CeeDee Lamb together, mostly because it's the Cowboys.
I think it will work out better than him and Metcalf together because him and Metcalf are very similar in terms of how they play football.
Yeah, both got bits of attitudes, and
Yeah, and they just run straight lines.
yeah. So I agree. I think Dallas will be able to use him better. I think I saw a post that the wide receiving core in the NFC East is pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
So you got CD and George Pickens in Dallas. Obviously, you got AJ and Devontae in Philly. You now have Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuels in Washington. And the
Malik
Giants
Neighbors.
have Malik Neighbors. Yeah, I don't think
Not
they
a second, but they have Malik Neighbors.
No, but Malik
It's really
Neighbors
good.
is an elite young wide
Yeah.
receiver, so that's good. That'll take him for a while. But, yeah, that's a pretty disgusting division of wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, I completely get why Dallas did it. I think it was a good deal for them. I really am confused as what Pittsburgh was doing. I thought it seemed like all last year they were trying to get a second wide receiver to pair with Pickens, so he wasn't just double covered and everything, and they were able to get some better passing game out there. And then they get DK. Don't draft a single wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
Which apparently they were kind of rumoring to move him during the draft as well. So if you kind of had that idea, why would you not go get another wide receiver? Because their wide receiver core is not deep. They have Calvin Austin, and I don't even know. It's not a good-looking receiving core other than DK.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the plan is, and I don't know what this means for Aaron Rodgers possibly, because I think we've all been rumoring he's going to go there.
I was just going to say.
Can't imagine he's going to want to go to that team now.
I was excited for Aaron Rodgers to throw to DK and George Pickens. And now if it's just DK, it's not going to be a good outing for him, I think. And it's going to be disappointing because, Aaron Rodgers, I know obviously what he was in the past, but, I still wanted him to have a good season, either whether it be with the Jets or with the Steelers. I want to see him go out on a good season. And it doesn't seem like that's going to happen if he ends up going to the Steelers. But like you said, this might deter him from even wanting to go to the Steelers at this point.
Yeah, but it's also where would he go elsewise?
Yeah, I really don't know who else really needs a quarterback at this point.
I mean, I don't think Jets already said no. I mean, basically all the teams that needed a quarterback drafted one,
Yeah.
at least decently highly.
Did the Raiders are still
they-
got Geno? But
Yeah,
who's they?
yeah, but you traded for Geno. I don't know if
did.
you're really going to sign. That's the thing.
I mean, top of your head right now, would you rather have Geno or Aaron Rodgers?
Based off last season, Geno Smith.
Yeah, based off last season, yes, 100%. I would agree, but
I mean, I would say it's worth a flyer, but at the same time, I don't know how much they're going to pay him. But they're not, because if he wants upwards of $40+ million,
no.
they're not
Yeah.
going to do it. Other news in the AFC North: Justin Tucker has been released by the Baltimore Ravens. But
Yeah.
for football reasons only. Football reasons only.
I mean, he did have a shit season last season, so they
Yeah, no,
can
it's-
get away with that. But
I think ultimately it was kind of I mean, obviously what he did was terrible.
You think
But
you think he had a bad season because of what was going on?
No, I think what he did was he was doing that way before this.
Yeah, I think the number of allegations is pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his number is at, but Deshaun was like 23 allegations or something like that.
Yeah, I don't have a number, but I know they're saying how many. Like they are still all allegations, but like normally when there's this many, it doesn't look good for you.
Yeah. And then our friend Jordan is a Ravens fan, as I think many of some of the people who listen to this are Ravens fans.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed upset about it, but I kind of said the same thing. I was like, probably a good thing for you guys, because now you get rid of him and you don't have him as a bad kicker. Because I think they did draft a kicker this draft, so
They did.
I think some people were like, is this kind of just
The sending out?
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, Ravens fans are notoriously good at forgiving. They have a history of having players that kind of test their patience and test the law a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think the whole AFC North in general is like that.
Yeah, I mean, Ravens in particular, you have a good
Browns
pass.
pretty good pass with
Browns have a good pass with it, but
Kareem Hunt and Deshaun Watson.
yeah, you have Ray Lewis, Ray Rice.
Ray Rice, I don't think was let back.
He wasn't let back, but I don't think he was allowed to be let back. That wasn't a Ravens
This is a
decision.
good point. Which is kind of, it's almost a little weird that he's
He's still- I
only
think-
player in the NFL that was not been allowed back for that.
I'm sure there were Ravens fans out there saying like, "Come on, like,
Oh yeah,
like, it
come on,
wasn't-
get Ray Rice back there.
Yeah, I know somebody working in that elevator. Like, I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah. Come on, my cousin Johnny went down there. It was not like that.
Yeah, it didn't go down like the way they're saying. MLB.
We went to the game on Saturday. Great
Yes.
game for the Phillies as they played the Diamondbacks.
Not great for our bets.
No, and unfortunately, those were the only bets that you lost that day. So you got me in
hell
on bad
yeah.
bets. We'll talk about the rest later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Phillies look good. They've been looking good for the past week. We're 7-3 in our past 10. Bohm's been playing a lot better in the past week. He's been hitting .333 with a .956 OPS and finally got his first home run of the season.
Finally.
Perfect timing with we have a guy in the minors. Really good month. Got International Player of the Month with 8 home runs, 24 RBIs, 330 batting average, 421 on base percentage, and a 1.132 OPS.
Is he
So-
a third baseman?
Yes,
Oh,
which is
I
I was
see.
kind of like, might be
Interesting.
time to bring him up.
Okay.
And then Bone's been playing better. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to just letting the kid get a whack at it, but at the same time, you can't really judge everything based off of like 1 or 2 games. So
in the minors.
yeah. Well, I meant like if you brought him up for like 1 or 2 games
Oh,
in the pros,
I
like it
hear what
wouldn't be
you're saying.
enough. Ranger didn't have a great start on Sunday with his first day back,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also his first game back. Great first 2 innings, and then the third inning, let it go, let up 7 runs.
Funny point to the game we went to Saturday. So I cooked up 2 parlays, shared them with Ryan, and they were so we had a Bryce Harper home run was on one of them. A Bryce Harper hit was on the other one. And I think the only thing that one needed was like one other player hit.
Corbin Carroll.
Yeah. So watching that, we're like, Harper home run would be massive for us right now. That's all we need. And like the whole second half of the game, that's really like what we needed. And like we had hit a lot of the other ones, and it was just a Harper home run could really set us off. And obviously it never happened. But then like the very next game, I think Harper's first at bat, he wailed a home run.
Yeah. Well,
And it was just like,
it kind of got frustrating because at one point, Carroll got like hit by a pitch, so it's like didn't even get a chance for him to like get wood on it.
yeah,
I think Harper got a walk, so it's like this just isn't helping us out. It's like,
no.
and you always get those people around you that you tell them the bets, and like someone gets like walked and they're like or whatever. They're like that counts, right? It's like nope, that doesn't count.
Yeah. Dude next to me saying that too.
But with Ranger coming up, they did move Taiwan to the bullpen, which I like. I mean, he's been pitching well, and you can't. There's no way we're gonna be able to have them all. So I mean, I don't. Some people are rumoring that they might trade Ranger, which I'd hope not. But I mean, the bullpen's also been playing better a little bit over the past week. Schwarber tied for the most home runs in the league with 12 with Judge and Cal Raleigh.
Hell yeah.
And then some other, general baseball news. We have a lot of new City Connect jerseys this year.
Okay.
Have you seen any of them? So we got the Diamondbacks have one, Marlins have one, White
feel like I have
Sox,
seen some.
Rockies, Giants, Nationals, Astros. When we played the Nationals in the very beginning of the season, the Nationals were wearing them, the blue ones.
Okay.
Very cool. White Sox, did a little collab. I mean, Jerry Reinsdorf owns both, I guess, the White Sox and the Bulls. So kind of a little bit easy of him to make a White Sox jersey. It's in the Bulls, well, not style, but like color scheme.
Okay.
Doesn't look as good as I think their Southside jerseys last year, but the hat's sick.
I think that is the one I remember. The hat looking
Yeah.
dope as shit.
I will have to go through and show you some of these. So you got Marlins Retro Wave.
Okay. Using that classic pink and blue that Miami
Yeah.
does.
This one I low key think is pretty nice. The Rockies.
Too bad they're the worst team in the league.
It doesn't help. But the Rockies, the colors of Colorado, I think they're kind of sick.
It's like a purple, light blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It does look
kind
good.
of a fan.
I like them. When you're the worst team in the entire MLB, it's kind of hard rocking out the cool jerseys.
Oh, yeah. Astros don't have a bad one either.
Not bad.
Giants are kind of meh.
Chicago ones are sick.
I think these ones, the Diamondback ones, are pretty hot.
Purple and light blue. Yeah, I do like
I mean,
them.
I just like the scripture of it's like a snake, like a serpentines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really all I got for baseball at the meantime.
NBA.
Oh, well, one quick also note about the Phillies. I don't know. I know the other night we had 5 times won the first 2 games of a 3-game series, and then 4 of those 5 times failed to win the third.
Really?
So we kind of just have struggled. The only time we did
Didn't nail the sweep.
was the Rockies. So
Yeah. Well,
I think
that's
we're
good.
struggling to kind of lock down series, but at the same time, if you have like a 66% win percentage, not a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. It's one thing to complain about not being able to pull off the sweep, but we're winning series. So
Yeah. So
I hear you.
Moving on to the NBA. Fully into the second round now. I know we talked last week about the Cavs, Pacers, Celtics, and Thunder winning. Before we get back into that, Greg Popovich, no longer the Spurs head coach.
Nope.
Moves into the president of basketball operations. Good for him. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
definitely after his stroke, it's probably time. But
Yeah.
what a career.
What a career. He's definitely getting to that age, too. Like, you knew it was coming soon. But all-time legendary coach in the NBA. Like, Popovich. One of the most well-known coaches, I think, in the NBA, too.
They better not get the number 1 overall pick. I'd be so mad.
Number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, well, they're in the lottery.
Yeah.
So everyone.
Yeah, they just got it with fucking Wemby, didn't
Yep.
they?
And you still have Spurs fans on Twitter being like, "Come on, please, just give us give us something good one time." It's like, what do you mean? You got
Yeah, but-
Tim Duncan, Oscar Robinson, and Wembanyama. The Nuggets were able to finish off the Clippers in Game 7, and I got a little James Harden stat.
Oh, I've heard some James Harden
Yeah,
stats.
it's pretty bad. It might be the one you saw. So he shot 2 of 8. It's typically not done well in Game 7s, but in the playoffs in general, that was his 35th career playoff game with having 4 makes or less, or
Yeah.
less than 4 makes. It was his 35th career playoff game with under 4 field goals made. And like you said, you got players that have been in the NBA for a long time, been in the playoffs a lot, like LeBron, Steph Curry. They combined for 10. James Harden is 35.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be possibly one of the best offensive players ever.
I mean,
This is
it's the reputation is now fully attached to him. It's just like, yeah, he's an elite offensive scorer, but in the playoffs, you'll get like a couple games out of him, but you also get a few games where he does not show up at all, which you can't have when he's like your top scorer.
No, not at all. And this was kind of one of the things I didn't like about him as a Sixer. He'll get either the playoffs, but then he's not going to show up.
Right.
Because then he's Cancun on 3 at that point.
And like, of all the things the Sixers needed is like by the end of the year, Embiid's always in a wheelchair practically. We needed somebody to help carry the load in the playoffs, and we picked up James Harden, who was literally the exact opposite of that.
Which, I mean, I thought like he was going to
Rejuvenate.
I can't get the word out of my mouth right now, but just revitalize.
Revitalize.
I don't know. That's probably not the right one, but just make him like he wouldn't have to be like the main offensive scorer on the
Right.
Sixers. So I was like, he won't
Feel the pressure. And
Yeah.
I hear you. Didn't
But,
happen.
oh well. The Nuggets now face OKC in the second round, which they won Game 1,
Which was
off
crazy.
of another Aaron Gordon, not buzzer beater, but almost buzzer beater. this time.
Almost. Russell Westbrook. It was a 3-pointer, wasn't it? I think they were down 1. He nailed a 3.
But I mean, it was. I think we all thought in the moment that Russell Westbrook was going to take that to the rack, as he always does, and then failed. And then thankfully he passed it out to the corner, or the 3-point area to Aaron Gordon, who made the shot.
Right.
Beats OKC after they came back a little bit. I mean, just Chet Holmgren can't make his free throws. It was a tough ending for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, I still think they're gonna win the series. You had the 2 former MVP with what's his name, big dog,
Jokic,
Is he win last year?
he's definitely won 2.
Yeah. So you have obviously a MVP beast with Jokic going against the current favorite, I believe, at MVP with
Shea.
Yeah. And I mean, Game 1, Jokic absolutely dominated him. Like, Shea didn't do bad, but Jokic was balling out the entire game. So you have these games, and the Thunder have an overall such a good team, but their size I think really comes from what's his name, Chet.
Well, yeah, he's not. He's tall, but he's not big.
He's
so
not big,
he's
right.
Jokic is able to kind of manhandle him in the post,
Right.
which that smaller center is able to work sometimes, but it's also not able to work in other ways.
But again, Jokic's defense down low is not great either. So like
Yes, yeah.
he I think is intimidated by Jokic's size and trying to pull up, and it's like, dude, you have to take him down low or else you're not going to beat him.
Yeah, and then Shea needs to drive a little bit more and be more aggressive
Mm-hmm.
because, like you said, Jokic isn't that great rim protector.
He's
so
a big body, but he isn't the best at defending.
But I mean, it's also the rest versus rust debate. The Thunder, swept. Was it the Grizzlies? They swept.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Nuggets go to Game 7 against the Clippers, played on like Sunday night. So
Yeah, but then Golden State proved that wrong. I thought didn't they go to no, they didn't go to Game 7. You're right. I was thinking
no, the Warriors did.
I thought the Warriors won Game 1.
They did. Well, I'm saying, but the rest versus rust. The rest was too much.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. Yes. So it does proves the point even more. Yeah, I was thinking the opposite.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, I gotcha.
So moving into the Golden State Warriors, they beat Houston in Game 7, then go on to beat the Timberwolves last night in Game 1.
Goes right into that rest versus rust case, right?
Yeah.
I can't even say it now. I'm fucking butchering it.
But I mean, they just destroyed them the whole game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't really even close. I mean, even when Steph goes down early, he only gets 13 minutes in the game and goes down.
Wait, I'm putting this together now. Golden State beat the Timberwolves. That was an upset, correct?
Yes, all of them are upsets.
All in the NHL, all the game ones have been upsets as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were all upsets too. I
That's
knew the NBA
insane.
was.
Yeah, Canes beat the Caps, Leafs beat the Panthers, and who was the other one last night?
It would have been sick to just bet the underdog of every single first
Yeah,
game.
your money. All the game ones of the second round of the playoffs have all been the upset wins.
Would have been a crazy bet to make, but
Yeah, that would have been insane.
But if you guys-
Oilers beat the Las Vegas
Oh
Knights.
yeah, I didn't know you were.
And I was gonna say that later, but I got excited.
Oh yeah, but Steph goes down. I mean, Draymond hit like his first 3 threes, and then I think proceeded to make like one more after that. So but he helped the team get out to an early lead, and then Buddy Hield helped them out with 24 points to lead the team. Knicks hold off the young Pistons, and then they go on to beat the Celtics, who set the record for most missed threes in a single playoff game.
When
45.
when you're constantly missing threes, you gotta keep shooting them, right? Like even when you're shooting so bad, you gotta keep shooting them. Just keep throwing the three up and don't try any other shot. I believe they attempted 0 other field goal attempts in the third period except for 3-pointers. Like it was abysmal that they just were so stubborn of we're gonna make these 3-pointers, and they
But have you seen the analytics on 3-pointers are worth more points than 2-pointers?
Yeah, I mean it makes sense though. Like obviously it's a more valuable shot, so you should shoot it constantly even when you're missing.
Keep shooting it.
Keep shooting it. Keep shooting the three. It's worth more points actually.
I'd rather you go 15 for 60 than 15 for 45.
That's right. Honestly, that everyone should be playing like the Celtics right now. But yeah, that is a crazy setting an all-time record for missed 3-pointers. Obviously, it's
I feel like 60 is an insane amount. I feel like usually you might get 60 out of like a game combined.
Yeah, I know. It
That
is
is an
insane.
absurd amount of threes.
But as I said, they were like just shooting threes. Like they weren't even attempting another shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost a missed 3 a minute, so you're getting maybe possession a minute.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like they were going for that record. Like we're missing them. Might as well set some record tonight.
Did they have Guinness in the stands?
Yeah, they were watching.
Cavs, Pacers, and what just a terrible just a blowjob by the Cavs.
Blowjob by the Cavs. Absolute blowjob.
Watching that game last night. Cavs are up like
They
10
blew it. They blew it.
They were up like 10 plus points the whole game. Gets to the end of the third quarter. They're up 14. I'm like, all right, let me, Phillies the Phillies game's now 3-2. Let me switch to that. Didn't have the opportunity to watch both at the same time. So watch the Phillies get to the 8th inning and they're up like 8-2. I'm like, all right, let's go see what the other games are looking like. And I'm like, holy shit. The Pacers are down 3 with 27.5 seconds left. Let me tune in here. Get to watch Ty Jerome, just terrible inbounds pass, gets stolen. Halliburton drives, gets fouled, makes the first free throw to make it 117 to 119, then misses a sec, gets his own rebound, pulls it out to the arc, drains a 3 with 1.1 seconds left to beat the Cavs.
What a showing. Halliburton is an actual beast. Did you know that
Most underrated player.
Yeah.
Or overrated player.
No, that's I was gonna say NBA. I think it was the NBA players that all voted.
Yeah, not all of them. It's
Well,
the Athletic Anonymous Players Poll.
but was voted the most overrated player, and they made it
To the conference finals last
conference
year.
finals. The last 3 years that he started or something like that. Like he has been playing consistently very well. Kind of a ridiculous thing to call him the most overrated player when, again, the Cavs are the 1 seed. He dominated that game, balled out with the Pacers, took the Pacers to the same spot last year. Like,
I think most of that's just because he's not like a huge scorer. Like he's a facilitator and just one of the best passers in the league.
yeah,
Like he has probably the most games in a season, or like not saying like ever, but like right now, like out of any player, he probably has the most times where he gets like 20 assists in a game, or like 15 assists. Like it seems like he averages like 13 assists.
yeah. I think it's like the stat guys that are giving him praise, and they're like, "Who the fuck is like this guy's like he shouldn't be even close to be put on the same pedestal as these guys." Like, no, well, like just because he's not as flashy either. Like, I feel like he's not like that like big name guy.
Yeah, and he's only 20. He's like 25, 26.
Yeah.
Like, he's not old. Like it's absurd for him to be doing this as the best clearly the best player on his team.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you're right. It's like a 25-year-old. I wouldn't call that overrated at all.
I mean, technically, it's almost better than what Luka did.
Yeah, right. And he's not fat.
Yeah, but his dad gets on the court, so it's
Yeah,
give and take.
that was a brutal showing.
Yeah, I mean, but Donovan Mitchell scores 48, just not enough. I mean, as they were definitely down a couple guys. They really need Garland, Mobley, and Hunter back.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tough to see all the 3 of those guys out. I don't think they're gonna have a really chance to win the series if they're not able to come back soon. Because the Pacers beating the Bucks 4-1, and then coming out and coming back and winning this game, I think is a big testament to how they are as a team. On to NHL. So,
All right. Well, let me cook.
Well, you want to do the draft lottery real quick?
Yeah.
Kind of already did it, but New York Islanders. I think they had a 2 or 3% chance of getting the first pick, and they jumped like 10 spots. Go fuck yourself, New York.
Unbelievable. San Jose Sharks with number 2, Blackhawks with the 3, which
They always are up there.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, just stop being a shitty team.
Connor Bedard, but they nailed the pick so too. Getting Connor Bedard.
Do they though? If they're still here?
I mean, Bedard's a beast. I think
Yeah,
they
but
don't. Have,
Bedard wasn't a hard one to nail.
yeah, I know, true. But Utah, Nashville Predators, and then the Flyers with the 6th pick.
Which I think we wouldn't have kept the pick if it wasn't. Like I think it was top 6 protected, so I think we would have lost it.
I think you're right. I think it was top 6.
So we
protected.
kind of got it was either top 6 or top 7, so we
And then
got
just,
kind of lucky.
Rattle off the next few. Bruins at 7, Kraken at 8, Sabres at 9, Anaheim Ducks at 10, Penguins 11, Rangers 12, Red Wings 13, Blue Jackets 14, Canucks 15, and the Canadiens 16. Now to the playoffs. I believe, we recorded before the 2 insane Game 7s to end the first round. We were together to watch the Dallas one with Dallas Nick.
He said we're the good luck charm, so you're welcome, Dallas.
Yeah, I believe they were down 2-1.
Never say we didn't do anything for you. They were down 2-0 when we first walked in.
Were they down 2-0?
Like as we walked in the doors, they scored the first one.
So he was like just blowing us up, like, dude, when are you guys coming out? Like, I need a vibe change. When are you guys coming out? And we finally pull up, like Ryan says. They score the first goal. They score the second goal to put it at 2-2. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, they're winning this game. And they're not going to win in overtime. So I quickly was like, I'm hopping them. Like, we're here. We're watching Dallas just come back. Like, let me put money on them. At the time that they tied it up, they were still the underdog in Dallas, which blew my mind. I got it at I put 30 on them and win 60, which I thought was pretty nice. So put it on Dallas. They score all 3 goals in the third period.
All 4.
Oh, well, yeah, they had pulled the goalie. So, yeah, all 4 goals in the third period. Won the game 4-2. Game 7, absolutely electric.
And that one goal by, I think, is his name like Riskinen or Rittinen?
Rantanen?
He was driving. I mean, he looked like he was the fastest man on ice.
Mm-hmm.
Going down, goes towards the goalie's right side. Goalie trips him blatantly as he's trying to go around the net. Just barely gets his stick around, makes the goal, but on further review, you could see he just barely didn't make it to slap it in the net. It got clipped by an Avalanche's skate.
Yeah.
And went in. Lucky goal, but at the same time, he did do a lot of work to get that. It was a sick goal.
Speaking of Mikko Rantanen, you want to hear some stats or some facts about him?
The Avalanche stats, how he played for the...
He played for the Avalanche. They traded him to, I want to say it was the Panthers or a team that wasn't in their division, so they didn't have to worry about them. They had like 3 star players. One of them was McKinnon. I think the other guy's name was McCarr, and then Rantanen. All he wanted was a $12 million contract. They didn't even put it on the table for him. They didn't even offer it to him. He didn't want to leave. They kind of forced him out. He goes to a team, I believe it was Panthers, doesn't do well there. They doesn't mesh well. So they give him up and they send him to Dallas, which at the time that he made it to Dallas, they had already been locked in at playing each other in the playoffs. So yeah, the thing that
You could do a trade that late in the NHL?
the Avalanche, when he went to Dallas, they were already locked in as a playoff matchup. I don't know if it was a pickup
Or
was it
like a
it
waiver.
could have been a waiver pickup.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, because even when Nick was telling me that at the bar, I was like, I didn't know you could do 2 trades in one season for the same player. That's
Yeah.
weird.
So he gets picked up, and then, of course, him in Game 7 scored 3 of the 4 goals to win the game.
Sick hat trick.
Which is so disgusting to the team that wouldn't give you the contract, the team you didn't want to leave, you face in the first round of the playoffs, and then in Game 7, you end it in elite fashion to end their season. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting.
Pretty sure a bunch of people were throwing rats on the field too, or
Yeah.
on the ice. After that, I was like, they must have acted quickly to get those rats in everyone's
I
hands.
was gonna say that is
Like,
insane.
at what point after you get the second one, we're like, let's get some rats in these people's hands? And then what do you do if he doesn't?
Yeah, they gotta return all the rats to
Yeah.
them. But
Take it home.
absolutely electric Game 7, and then the very next night, the Winnipeg Jets play
Jets.
Jets. Absolutely, that's my future, baby. So I have a future on the Jets. They play the Blues in Game 7. They win. What was their final score? Jets won 4-3. They in double overtime. They tied it up. I think they were down. They were down 3-1, I believe, in the third period. Scored two goals. The last goal was scored with, I believe it was 1.2 seconds left to put it into overtime. Absolutely disgusting. And then overtime goes on for 2 full periods where the Jets score another goal and win the game. But, fun fact, Ryan, I believe there was 3 or 4 times in NHL Stanley Cup history, I want to say it was in Game 7, that a team that was down 2 goals ended up winning the game. Like, in the third period, was down 2 goals and won the game. And it happened in back-to-back nights.
Were they both just down 2-0, or was it down?
Down 2 goals in general.
Okay.
Down 2 goals in general in the third period, and the team that was down ended up winning the game. Has happened 3 times in Stanley Cup history.
I got you.
2 more just happened back-to-back nights.
That is crazy.
That's disgusting. Absolutely electric 2 nights at NHL Stanley Cup. And then going off of what I already kind of alluded to earlier, because I was so excited because I didn't know that it was happening in the NBA too. First night of the second round, you had the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Panthers 5-4, upset.
My Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, Ryan's Toronto and Biz's. Toronto. The Maple Leafs upset the Panthers Game 1, winning 5-4. Very next night, Capitals Canes. Capitals are the favorite.
Canes.
Canes win
That
2-1.
overtime goal was sick.
Yeah,
It
Canes
was
win 2-1
almost
in
from
overtime.
the blue line, just sniped it
Absolutely
right through
disgusting.
the 5 hole. That was a sick goal.
And then, do you have the Oilers? Or do
I do also have the
you
Oilers.
you have? See,
I'm cooking right now.
I was pissed off because I'm looking at this. I'm like, I think I have all the favorites, and you might have all the dogs that are beating me. I didn't even look at it. I didn't even look at it that way, but yeah, the Edmonton Oilers upset the Las Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 in Las Vegas. Honestly, the only Maple Leafs I'm happy about. I'd rather see the Maple Leafs win than the Panthers, and the Oilers.
Panthers have been
I like the Oilers over the Golden Knights too. I want the Caps to win over the Canes. Even though the Canes were my team 2 years ago, I do want the Caps
Screw
to
the
win.
Caps.
Why? You have Ovechkin. That'd be a great.
They got another one.
I know, but still, it would be sick. Canes always blow it in the playoffs, though. So we're doing this Wednesday night, 2-night. Finally, the Jets-Stars game is the late night game, 9:30.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
But the Panthers-Maple Leafs game 2 is in less than an hour, so that's exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you. It took me a while. Like, I didn't watch much of. Like, it's hard to watch NBA and NHL when your teams are so bad. And like when we weren't even close to sniffing the playoffs, it was really like I didn't watch much of the regular season, especially like NBA. I dabbled in a couple NHL games, but like I've been, especially with the podcast, we kind of were like, yo, you should be watching NBA. So we have
things to talk about.
Yeah, and I'll try to full focus on NHL. And I have been blown away with absolutely how exciting this NHL playoffs have been. Like, there hasn't been many blowout games. Every game has come down to the wire. It's been like absolute insane action. Like, even if your team's not in it or you like really don't like haven't watched the team of your area, I fully recommend just giving it a shot. I know some of the games are late. Watch the early game just so you have like so you're building up some interest. I'm telling you, the game that you watch is going to be exciting. And then check the scores of the next game. Like, get into this playoffs because it has been absolutely incredible. There's some crazy storylines going on in it, and it's been a great viewing experience, this Stanley Cup playoffs. And apparently people are saying that about the NBA playoffs too.
Yeah, they've been solid.
Yeah, so what a great time. Like, honestly, haven't been this excited about this time period in a while for the playoffs because, like I said, our teams haven't been really there, but I've dove fully into this playoffs.
Especially the NHL playoffs have been phenomenal this year so far.
Yeah.
NBA, the first round, some of the ones were blowouts, so it wasn't that great.
Right.
Otherwise, moving on to our pop culture.
No, Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Derby! How about it, boys? Did you see my post? Did you ride with the boy? Because I picked 2 solo bets for winners. One of them was journalism, who was a heavy favorite. Wasn't going to get much turn out of that. But my second winner was Sovereignty, who won. Cha-ching on one bet. And then my other bet that I think we posted was I took Sovereignty to place first, second, or third. And I took journalism to place first or second. Journalism took second. Sovereignty took first. Got both of those bets. Just a good watching the game, watching the Derby at the Phillies. I can't even tell who won, but I have Holly text me like, "You had Sovereignty, right?" Like, no, and then text me that journalism came second. It was absolutely electric.
Yeah, I think it was a little unfair. This guy did some research, man. I thought we said we were going into it with no research. This guy.
I ended up doing a little bit of research. I mean, journalism was a clear favorite. Heavy favorite.
I was fine with that one, but yeah, I mean, you did a little more research, and you're like, I got this guy. I was like, oh, you did the research, didn't say anything to me?
Yeah.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I did the research after our pod that we talked about. That's why
you didn't do it after we made the picks.
I know. I didn't make the picks. I did make the pick knowing the research.
You're just trying to keep money off my table.
I didn't want you picking the same thing as me. Like,
I could have still bet on it otherwise. I could have just taken the picks.
I could have given you it not to post. You're right. I
Yeah.
could have given you some money. I took some money out of your pockets. You're right. I didn't know they were going to win like that, dude. I crushed it.
Fair. Sovereignty is not going to race in the Preakness, though. So
I know. A little disappointing.
No Triple Crown. Kind of a pussy, if you ask me.
It is a pussy move. I mean, I won. My life's good. I don't need to try anymore.
Yeah. Wait to see him in the Belmont. We'll see.
Just going to get fat and retire.
Now pop culture.
Pop culture breakdown is, what'd you think of this episode?
Pretty good for the most part. I thought like once they were finally going, they saw the WLF signed. I guess we did find out that the WLF is the enemy of the Scars. Is kind of seeming what they're calling them.
Yeah.
So that is the war they're fighting. So I wonder if maybe the Scar group we saw were walking out of they're maybe leaving Seattle. Do
you think they were like a faction of the Scars that were like, I don't want to do this anymore, and like they were like, I'm dipping out of this war before it gets too bad?
I would guess so, because it also seemed like the guy was like, the chick that we followed is dead. It seemed like he was still in the mindset of believing that she's still watching over us, but maybe at the mindset of like, I don't want to die, I don't care about fighting in this, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Scar guys a lot. It's funny because our only representation of them was this peaceful group that was just leaving the war. So I was like, dude, like, how is this they're calling it a war? How is it not just a slaughter? Like,
yeah,
you have people with hammers and you have a full-on like military battalion. Like, how is this even remotely a war? And then you see what these guys are capable of, like that.
Well, we also didn't know they had bow and arrows and bolt rifles.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, very true, but we also didn't know that they were cold-blooded savages that just rip their guts out and hang them from the ceiling.
That was a wild visual.
What? When they walked in that scene, I was like, dude, this is badass. Like, that was like Game of Thrones level, just like walking to a absolute massacre. Hung all these people up with their entrails just poured out. Like, what a scene that was.
Also, like, when Dina threw up that moment, I was like, she's pregnant.
Remember when I told you last week?
Oh, you guessed that she was pregnant?
I guessed that she was pregnant. And it was a weird moment that I kind of got this quick little hunch. So quick flashback. the episode before it, when she meets up with Ellie after she comes out of the hospital and first gives her like the peace offering for cookies. She like the first thing she does is she like sits down and like kind of goes like this and like pats her stomach down. And I was like, that was weird. Like, why'd she like fix her shirt like that? And I was like, no, like fixing your shirt isn't something you put into a show.
She didn't know she was pregnant at that point.
See, that's the thing is I feel like she wasn't feeling good and was like kind of like fixing herself.
She didn't know she was pregnant at that moment.
I know, but that's the thing that I kind of
And then also would have likely been like a month ago.
What do you mean?
Like they said, it probably would have taken them weeks to get to Seattle, if not a month.
Right, they got there in 4 hours.
They did not.
They got there in record time.
You can't even get there in a car in 4 hours.
Well, they got there in one slumber party, and they were there, so.
Wasn't as cool as slumber party this time. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This one was better. But
I'm pregnant. Have sex with me.
I'm not saying that was like you're right.
I mean,
you're
you did get it right, but I don't really think that was them trying to show you that she was pregnant.
Yeah, obviously because they're showing that. But just because she doesn't know doesn't mean I don't know. Like that she showed a scene.
You know women better than they know themselves. So I get you.
I can tell a woman when she's pregnant before she can. So she fixes her shirt around her belly, and Holly will attest to this. I literally, as soon as she did that, went, she gonna tell her that she's pregnant?
No, I mean I believe you that you guessed.
Holly immediately went, oof, like, where'd you see that? Like, how do you know? And I was like, I don't know. That you just confirmed it for me though. And then
that's also a bad move by her. But like,
yeah,
what?
But like, she also knows I have a problem with seeing spoilers online. So I like have a lot of stuff ruined for me constantly. So she, I think, when I said that, she immediately was like, this motherfucker got another thing spoiled for him, and then told me. But then she later threw up when she saw the massacre of the Scarfaces.
Yeah, I thought like that one. I was like, all right, maybe. But then like when she threw up like the other one, I was like, she's definitely pregnant.
Yeah, like there's no way she's made it this far with that queasy of a stomach.
Yeah, exactly. that was what. Yeah, the first one I was like, all right, maybe.
Even though
like,
that one was a lot grosser of a scene too.
Yeah, but like it was like,
but
like
back to back like that.
Yeah, and also like, the first one I was like, all right, maybe there was a smell that like she talked about, but like that one I was like, no. Like, it's just...
Can you imagine you just had that character in like like a show like this where like every time they saw like a dead body they threw up, like how often, how much screen time this person would get just throwing up?
Get that like Resident Evil, and you're just like, ugh.
yeah, you're gonna need to pull this together. We're gonna see a lot of this just every time.
Every Call of Duty match, every person you kill, you throw up.
But yes, so Dina is confirmed pregnant.
And bi.
And bi.
I think we kind of all knew that.
I mean, she made out with Ellie when she wasn't even that high.
Yeah, true.
So
one thing, they didn't know what a pride flag was.
That was kind of funny. Like, why are there so many rainbow flags here? Which was interesting.
But also, like, I feel like I'm surprised. I mean, I get maybe if Wyoming doesn't really have like the most amount of pride flags around, but Ellie was in Boston.
They also, I mean, they were, what, like 12, 13
well,
when it first started?
Well, no, they weren't born yet.
When it first started. Oh, you're right.
But I'm just saying, I would have imagined someone would have been gay in this timeline and would have drawn rainbow stuff.
I think they got bigger fish. Not saying that you're not allowed to be gay when there's a zombie apocalypse, but like
you can't draw rainbows.
I just don't think they're.
I'm not saying they're doing
it's
pride.
It's not the level of it's not the level of concern or the announcement.
I mean, it's not a big thing for me. I understand they put that in there for humor.
Yeah, but like to your point though, like they definitely know what the bisexuality and all that stuff is, but like yeah, I don't think there's television going on that they're watching.
Well, no shit, but there's books. They're learning stuff in school.
Yeah, but they picking up like books about how the rainbow represents gayness.
I'm sure that's in history books.
I don't know.
Without a doubt, right now, I'm sure if you went to the 8th grade history in the U.S. history, it's probably in there.
You think they're learning about like chapters of gayness?
Yes.
Interesting.
I mean, it might not be labeled as chapter of gayness.
It might be borderline gay to a point of not being able to talk about this and how I edited it out. But
well, we're allies.
I'm not saying you can't be gay during a zombie apocalypse. I'm just saying you might not know what the rainbow is. But that was a funny scene. I do agree.
Also, I'm gonna be dad. No, you're gonna be a stepmom.
That was kind of crazy.
That was just cringe. It's
yeah,
just really cringe.
I'm gonna be a dad, and it's like, yo, like, first of all, obviously Jesse isn't gonna say no to you guys like dating to each other, but like, Jesse's the dad. Are you saying that you think you're a man now too? Because like you can
which is by the way, that's fine. That's fine. We just have not heard her say that.
Right, but like lesbian couples don't call themselves mom and dad.
Well, maybe she didn't know that either.
Sure, but like it was like such a weird like thing to say. That absolutely hated that scene. Like that was just such a cringe. You're right. That was just a cringy, very cringy thing to say. I'm gonna be a dad, and then like to go from that to immediately just like banging.
Well, no, the dad part was in the morning, but yeah, just
It was in the morning?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it was after the fact, but it was because it went. I'm pregnant to.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. She didn't even have a minute to say that she was a dad. There was two such like insane. Like it was revealed that Ellie's immune, Dina is pregnant, and then it went straight to sex right after that. Was kind of crazy as well.
Yeah, well, that was a weird part. Like, just like I'm immune, and then she's like,
I mean, great move by Ellie putting that bite out. Obviously, like
"Oh yeah, that was it." Yeah,
she did a pretty god awful job of explaining. Like you gotta let that like send that to her. Like she was like surprised that Dina had a gun pointed at her when she just like
oh yeah, that was
inches
yeah.
away from her face, watched her get bit. Like obviously, like you've seen this with your best friend in the mall. Like obviously, like you gotta put a bullet in that friend's head. Like you should be as soon as you get to safety, be like, yo, just to let you know, like I'm immune. Here are all my scars. Like put it out there immediately. Show the one that you got bit at. Show that you cut it open. Like and put everything on the table because you're lucky you didn't turn around and she just immediately pop you in the head.
Yeah.
Like to save her the hardship of saying goodbye. Like
Yeah, she can't quick call up Tommy and be like, "Hey, can you tell her that I'm immune?"
yeah, yeah. I need a what's it called backup. Nah, what's a
The witness.
witness? Yeah, a witness would be a good. Yeah, I need a witness. Can you confirm that I can be bitten and I'm okay?
But
But
it was a good move by doing that, like sacrificing her
Mhm.
arm. But when they did crawl through that little tunnel, I was like, can't those guys just get up there and shoot down the hole? Just get them right in the ass. Looked like a pretty long tunnel.
oh, when they crawl under the rocks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they were right on their tail.
Yeah, I
too.
was like, they probably could have just shot
just
down there and went.
put the AR down there and just let loose. Yeah, I agree. Also, I mean, I don't know if that was their only move, but like you have
That
no
was
clue.
that was their only move. That was yeah.
You have no clue what's beyond
Well,
that.
the other
like,
one was a locked gate, so that looked like their only move. Once they got down that alley, that was their only
I'm
move.
just
So I
think-
don't blame them for doing that.
Yeah, but like to your point, like I wouldn't if I started army crawling down there, knowing that people were right on my tail. I'm like, I'm getting bullets completely up my butthole.
Or
right
like
now.
these guys probably have grenades. We've seen them. We saw like the Isaac guy use a grenade.
Yeah.
Probably could've just went,
But like to your point, like, I don't even think you need to. Like I think you, like
yeah,
you said,
no, yeah.
you can it's a very small miss rate when you're aiming
Yeah.
down a.
Because I thought like maybe like we're like by that point we're gonna like they're already gonna be out of the tunnel. Then it's like nope, Dean is still in there.
Yeah, the whole scene down below, like in like I guess was it like a subway or
Yeah.
that was really cool.
And the guys like the WLF people being like, I thought this is empty. It's like he's like I guess not. It's like how the hell do you not know if it's empty or not?
Also, the
They
second
had to have come from somewhere, and I'm surprised. Like if you guys saying this is empty, how have you not like gone through the whole area?
Mm-hmm. Also, second time seeing a fire-like lighting thing just set off the
Yeah.
cordyceps. Like,
Which like yeah, that one made it seem like it was a fire because the other one like we could just it was like all right maybe just done by like people walking around.
but there's a sparkler by it that started burning it up, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't. It's
The dude pulled it from the weed, I think. It went
Yeah.
like, in the pipe, but when we first saw it move, there was a sparkler.
yeah.
on the
Which
ground.
I kind of brought up. I was like I don't know. Like to me at first I was mad because of the sparkler. I was like oh wow like that's the dumb kid just tossing a sparkler on the ground littering is gonna be what happens. But I was like oh maybe they just did that for cinematic effect to show like it in light.
Yeah.
Which maybe this was the same thing, but at the same time. Then I mean, I guess you could say it might have been the same thing because maybe no one's been down there in a while other than Ellie and Dina. And
Yeah.
Then
The second time we're seeing an absolute horde pushing like these people. Like I was saying when they're running through the bus or
train.
something, the train, and like they get to like this split part.
oh, that was cool.
And like yeah, they're all pushing on. Like second time we're seeing them like just getting force around them. And, like it was.
I was kind of surprised in the beginning that they just got in there anyway. I was like, because then they started out on top, and then they got in there.
Yeah, and
And then they got back up top. I was like, you could have just stayed up top the whole time.
yeah, it's very true. I mean, there's a lot of panic in that moment that I probably like.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I'm safer inside, and then like
For sure,
all
yeah.
the windows start getting
Well,
busted.
I
Like,
don't
ah,
know.
Shit, I probably should have stayed up top.
As soon as they got inside, I was like, that's a bad idea. We've seen them break windows.
Yeah, very true. We've
they-
seen them put their hand through a chain link fence.
Yeah.
They're pretty wild.
They got through. I mean, as soon as they got over that like little yellow fence, I was like, getting through that.
Mhm.
But the funniest thing was when they go, you get to like the spindle part where usually it locks one way or the other, which they're kind of lucky it wasn't locked because I have to go through one of those at work, but I have to scan my card to get through. Otherwise, it just
Doesn't
can't-
move.
It doesn't move.
Yeah.
This one, it's just a little rusty. They got through, and then you just see zombies trying to go it both ways, just pushing on each other, which is the funniest
The
thing.
one in the middle. The one in the middle was the best because he was just getting pulled both ways. He was, like he was so close to being through, but had the bars on both like chest plates. Like that was the funniest one by far. But yeah, I did love the zombies. Zombies cannot comprehend spindles.
But then we get a little flashback to I think it's 11 years prior, when I think it's a lieutenant in the is it Ferda or I forget what the
Fedra.
I know I had it off. Lieutenant in Fedra, Lieutenant Isaac.
Start the episode off with this. We kind of went in a weird order.
Was it?
Here.
Oh, I forgot. That was at the start of the episode. Well,
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck's character was a scumbag.
Yeah, he was telling a story.
He was after the story. He was also a scumbag.
Yeah, he still wasn't nice. Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, just like they call them voters because as a joke because they can't vote. Which
Yeah.
the whole time I think everyone's watching the show is a fucked up thing.
Very savage to do. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just pushing the dude's head in the wall, which because he was trying to explain what distance 7-8 means, and then just Isaac being like, "You're all Greenbergs."
Isaac was sick.
Yes,
He was a very, very, very cool character.
I gotta look up the actor's name because he is one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Westworld, he did a great job.
Mhm.
Which that's one of the ones that I had a really good intuition about. Have you seen Westworld?
Not yet. No.
Okay, well I can't spoil it for you.
Don't spoil it. So they pull up in the truck. There's people outside, so he gets out and he
Well, there's a bus that stops him.
bus right. So when he gets out, he tells the young recruit that asked the question about the voters to come out with him to learn something, and then
Jeffrey Wright.
Wright. Yep.
Shout out Jeffrey Wright.
He speaks to them outside, kind of confirms who each other are.
It's all they did. They're just like, you Isaac, yeah, you a Marine. I forget what he said her name was.
It was like something weird, like hammer something, like Hammerhead. It was a weird name.
Are you a hammerhead shark?
Yeah, you Hammerhead. So then he walks back to the truck.
Which as soon as he was doing that, I was like, he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, unpins 2 grenades, just tossed inside and locks the door. Terrible way to go.
Like before that, he told the kid to come out with him to learn. Which like I
said I told the young recruit to come out if you want to learn something. Then after he kills all them, looks at that same kid. He goes,
"Who's pointing a gun at him?"
Yeah, rightfully so. Just killed all your comrades. But he goes, "You gotta make a choice now."
And after I think they shook hands, or like, "All right, welcome to this side," or whatever.
Wolf.
I don't know. Did she say wolf? I don't
know if you said wolf.
welcome to
that's
this
what
side.
they are. They're the wolves. But the lady he met up with is in a lot as well. She's in the TED show. She was in
Is she the mom in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really funny mom.
Definitely 2 completely different characters.
Oh yeah. She was in like a Van Wilder movie. I think she was in Always Sunny a bit too. Like she has a lot of funny roles. But was happy to see her. She's hilarious in the TED show. Get back next time we see Isaac, he's torturing a Scarface.
Which the whole beginning of that was sick, and the whole time I was like, it's a really ominous thing that if you're talking about cooking, feel like he's got someone there he's gonna beat up.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't see any ingredients on the counter.
No, I was like,
just a pan cooking up. Oh yeah, dude, watching him take that pan and put it right on the dude's hand was gross.
and like, I mean, if what he's saying in that is true, the whole thing about like, we wouldn't have done this if you didn't do what you did. I mean, I'm willing to believe that, like, because like, I mean, it's kind of a he said she said thing. Like, who started
I was gonna say,
it?
they both said the same thing though. They were both going back and forth like, we broke the code because you did this, and like we did that because you broke the code.
Yeah,
It's
but I
like,
partially less believe a heretic, like a cult follower.
I don't know. I mean, the military group can make explanations for shit to bend it in their own way.
Oh, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just.
It's hard to say. I like the Scarfaces, honestly. I think they're cool.
I'm not. I mean, we clearly met a group that was, I think,
very peaceful.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's like, honestly, it's hard to say that.
and like a lot of the WLF people seem like scumbags.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is like, who do you think overstepped their boundaries? The people with hammers and bows and arrows, or the people with rifles that clearly outgunned them? Like,
No, that's fair.
I think they might have like started overstepping. They're like, yo, like we're going off of like what we all talked about. Like, I don't know if I really want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And
Well, like, yeah, it's because I guess we don't like. Maybe WLF thinks it, like they killed the girl first. Maybe that girl went over there with a gun and like was gonna do something. So it was kind of more like self-defense than aggression.
Like, you killed kids. You trained your kids to attack us. Like,
Yeah.
Well, we had to because you're killing kids. Like, it is a chicken or the egg. Like, we knew you'd kill a kid, so we trained them to defend ourselves. And like, your kids are defending themselves, so we had to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, I was worried about the show without
He
Pedro.
didn't mention that, like, but like when he explains, he's like about like how like you guys have like we're not gonna lose. We have like this and this.
This
and
was a great line too.
Didn't mention he has tanks.
No,
That would be a big thing. Just
Yeah, you're gonna lose because
You got anti-tank grenades? Don't think so. How you gonna?
yeah, very true. I mean, it is hard to beat a tank. You're absolutely right there.
Sorry for cussing.
Sorry for cussing. But that was a cool line he delivered though. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
no.
know we're gonna win because every single day one wolf comes to our side and no one from our side ever leaves.
Which makes me wonder if that person particularly was a former wolf.
I think this whole group came from wolves.
I can't imagine the whole thing did, but maybe.
If they have I mean, I don't know. But like at some point I think they might have, and I think that's what I'm saying. It's like I think at some point the wolves started to get to a level of like they all might have rebelled from Fedra. And then, like, we're seeing the wolves right now are acting a lot like Fedra.
Yeah.
So I could see this group of the Scarfaces being like, yo, we're turning into the monsters that we rebelled against.
Yeah, because it really seems like that.
Yeah, it does. And, like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't agree with all these choices you're making. And that kind of starts another whole war.
Yeah, so maybe like they broke off another faction and that just became that religious, following.
I mean, one of them that broke off somehow was a prophet of some kind.
Yeah,
I'm sure we're gonna learn more about that.
Like, I have to imagine we're gonna get
Even though she died, they got to show us how this whole religious group started.
They do have quite a far way to go to get where they want to go next episode, though.
Yeah. Do you think she was another immune? The prophet?
No. Well, she's dead anyway. We don't know how she died, but she's dead.
She is dead. I'm curious what she could have done to be labeled a prophet.
Cult leaders out there that are labeled as prophets.
Yeah, it could turn water to
wine. I don't
wine.
really think it's necessarily all that hard to beat.
Yeah, no, you're right. You just kind of gotta.
You just gotta be
have
charming.
The arrogance and be charming. Yeah, very true. That's all I had to say about the episode.
Yeah, it was definitely a good episode, though.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, like I said, I was kind of concerned about how they were gonna do without Pedro. So far,
I guess the only other one that I wanted to say was Ellie was being very dumb in the city. I mean, she made the loud bangs, all the
playing the drums blew my mind.
That was fine to me after she slammed open the tank top.
Well, that was an accident. But then they go into the room.
Yeah, but be cautious. I mean, granted, you don't know what a tank does, but like it's metal on metal.
Yeah, but there's a difference between accidentally dropping a heavy door and fully unloading on a drum set.
Well, I don't think she fully unloaded, but
she was playing the drums, and then Ellie grabs a guitar and starts singing the guitar. I'm like, yo, you're in an enemy city right now. Like that is a bold move. Like,
yeah, and you already see that they have a tower that they're looking and watching people from.
No one heard the tank, but like they could have sent patrol after that, and now they're hearing drums and guitar.
Yeah,
that move blew my mind. All right, yeah, good way to bring that back because I forgot how mad I saw Dina start playing the drums. I'm like, bro, you're in enemy territory. Like, what are you doing? All right, we're doing a draft of cocktails.
Get the drink.
Oh shit.
Before we get to our draft, we've got to tell you about something we've been loving lately, Light Strike Hard Refresher. If you're looking for a drink that's crisp, smooth, and actually refreshing, this is it. It's 5% malt alcohol made with 10% coconut water and a hint of sea salt, so it's light, clean, and easy to drink. Plus, it's gluten-free and non-carbonating, meaning no bloat, no fizz, just pure laid-back chill. Whether you're chilling by the beach, kicking back after work, or just need a break from usual seltzers, Light Strike is the move. Seriously, try it out and let us know what you think. But they got great flavors, orange mango and lemon lime. You put them over ice. We had a bunch of these when we came back from the bar. Dallas Stars game.
Oh yeah,
had a good time. Yeah, go try them. Let us know what you think.
Let us know what flavor you like the most.
Yeah,
I think
if you find any good cocktails you make with them, which leads into our draft, as we said.
Draft of cocktails. We kind of did. The only thing we talked about prior to this was
they're named cocktails. They're not just Jack and Coke, whiskey ginger. They're not just because that's.
Me and Ryan are big whiskey ginger boys. Like, love drinking whiskey gingers, but we're not doing simple ones like that. We're not just combining two flavors. We're talking about pre-made or like signature cocktails.
I think most of the cocktails we drank, we had Jack and Cokes for a while, and then it was vodka waters, and then whiskey gingers. None of them have been. But it's also like you're not going to go to a bar at like late at night and be like, "Hey, let me get a Long Island."
Yeah. Ooh, another one.
I shouldn't have said that. God damn it.
Another one I have thought of. Okay. Lucky
slipped.
Lucky for you. As you were saying that, I'm like, I'm not filling in the gap. Like, I'm not giving it an answer.
Yeah, I just got a little dumb there for a second.
All right. You do have the first pick though.
Yep. I'm gonna start it off easy 1-1 margaritas.
That is a great pick.
I mean, ton of widespread opportunities there. You can go spicy margs.
I thought you were gonna blow it. Good pick.
Spicy margs are my favorite, but you can go sweet. Yeah, like a peach. Watermelon, whatever you want. Margaritas, easy 1-1.
If you're taking margarita, give me the Moscow Mule And no, actually, you know what? I'll do this just for the level of it. Give me a nice brunch mimosa.
I didn't even think about that one, but
Damn
it's
it,
not bad.
I might have blew that then. All right, go ahead. What do you got?
Espresso martini.
Ooh, yep. Espresso martinis. I have a dirty martini on my list, and I didn't even think
That's
of it.
gross.
That
is gross.
Dirty martinis are incredible.
Gross. And then because I got that one, I'm gonna go with the old fashioned.
Oh, I blew this, dude. I forgot that you looked it up, dude. I didn't put this together at all. Me,
Wind it up.
I messed that up big time. All right, give me the pina colada. Pina coladas are absolutely delicious.
That was on there for me.
And
I'm wondering, you gonna let me get my top 4?
I might be able to. Wait, you still have another one, right?
Yeah. And there's one clear one that it's one of my favorites.
All right, then you're definitely not picking this one. Now, give me a Bloody Mary.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I know
so
you weren't
knew I
gonna
wasn't
like
gonna
it.
take that one.
I know you weren't gonna
I
take
mean
that.
You're gonna get people for that. Mine last one's gonna be a mojito.
Yeah,
Love mojitos.
I think they're gross. I don't like mojitos.
I love mojitos.
I have it on the list, but I was not gonna pick it.
Also, that's one of the ones I used to make a lot for myself. At home.
Like, if you weren't looking up the cocktail list, do you ever drink old fashions?
Not too much. I mean, I did know about it. The only ones none of these I got from looking it up. I had them already.
Yeah, Moscow Mule Mimosa. I didn't do bad, but I think you took ones that I hoped you weren't going to.
Yeah, I mean, really, all of the ones you took, the only one I had on there that wasn't taken is a Manhattan and a Long Island.
Yeah, no, I had a strawberry daiquiri.
At no point was I going to take that.
I was debating it but like honestly, I think if I can get the brunch crowd, I have the 2 brunch cocktails of mimosas and Bloody Marys, which are I think hitters. I like it, but like Bloody Marys, the issue with Bloody
You
Marys
drink an
is
espresso martini early too. You know, it's got the espresso in there.
honestly, I have dirty martini on here, and I love them. I didn't even think of espresso martinis. That's a huge
what I was
one.
like after I took margarita. I was like, if I get espresso martini,
Yeah,
it's
you
locked in.
slapped. Yeah, you slapped. Honestly, that one hurt me a lot. And like then you then did old fashioned, which was the one I was.
Well, like that's what I was like. All right, so like I gotta get this is like I got the sweet one already. I can go.
I see. I might win some people over my list, but you would have me head over heels with your list. Like you took all of my favorites.
So are you gonna vote for mine?
No, but you like my.
You would if it was 2 other people.
My favorite cocktails are margaritas and old fashions, and that hurt me a lot. I don't know why I didn't think you were gonna fucking take old fashioned. I knew you looked at the list, and if you saw that, it's definitely up there. I just didn't.
Well,
think...
I already had it on there, and I do like them, but I
love them.
Recapping our cocktail draft, I started off with margarita, then with espresso martini, old fashioned, and finished it off with mojitos.
And with the first pick, or my first pick, I got Moscow Mule. I went mimosa. Then I got Bloody Mary and a pina colada. Overall, I think we both did pretty good. Ryan really took all of my favorite cocktails.
Yeah, it really could go either way.
It could. Well, cocktails are a different breed. People like certain ones. I just like what hurts me.
They could say they're the best 3 or the best 4. Who knows?
No, what hurts me is you took my favorites. I think I have a lot of people don't like margaritas. A lot of people definitely like not a lot of people old fashioned.
Oh no, that's why I left it for I was in no way you're gonna take it.
Espresso martini was a huge get. To have margarita and espresso martini was massive, but having both the brunch ones of mimosas and Bloody Marys, pina coladas are delicious.
Yeah,
and Moscow Mules are banging too. I don't have a bad list. You just have my favorites, which pissed me off. Well,
there it is.
Yeah,
this is the episode.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, vote. Go on the Instagram and vote on what team drafted better. Like I said, we love the comments. We're trying to pump out as many clips as possible for you guys. We love the feedback, good or bad. Yeah, we just appreciate all the support. And
I guess we probably will be trying to go to more games soon. We'll take finish off our Citizens Bank Park Eats. I'm sure most of you guys have seen the clip, but
quick touch on that. My first bite, I liked it more, and then like as I was eating it more and more, it was like really starting to bug. Like I was noticing that I wasn't getting all the s'mores flavors, and I was just getting chocolate. But like
I didn't even get close to finishing it.
Really?
Because I also had a whole cheesesteak before that.
Oh, I finished it because I was still sober at that time period. And
I was not.
I was like if I'm gonna be sober at the Phillies game, I'm just loading up on sugar and like I drank an energy drink and had
I forgot about that
chocolate quesadilla. But
that makes a lot more sense.
It's definitely sweet. You get it tastes like a chocolate quesadilla. You don't get much marshmallow or graham cracker.
And like I said this, like I think it's basically a worse fried Oreo.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't
Like,
compare to a fried Oreo, but
I think the taste was kind of similar.
yeah, but fried Oreos aren't as chocolatey as that. Like,
Well, I'm saying the fried Oreo is way better. So like,
Yeah, it is.
It's like there's and like you're basically fried Oreo is almost the same thing. Like that's marshmallow kind of icing.
it's complete different ingredients, honestly. Like entirely different things.
Chocolate in both.
Yeah, but Oreo chocolate is not the same as like melted Hershey chocolate,
No, I understand that.
and the cream inside of an Oreo is not marshmallow.
It's probably got some marshmallow.
The fried of the dough of a fried Oreo is not a quesadilla. Like it's
I know
it's
these things. I'm saying
quite
it's
literally all different ingredients.
No, but it's not. It's the base of the materials is basically the same thing.
It's a slightly similarity of chocolate.
And like the breading, it's still you have a sort of. I'm saying fried Oreo is 1,000 times better. So what I'm saying is there's no point to get that over fried Oreos.
No, but a peanut butter jelly sandwich is a lot better too, right? Like, or a peanut butter Nutella sandwich is better than that quesadilla.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, that's not a comparison.
But I wouldn't. I think you're wrong.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.